I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Good morning, good morning. It's all morning for me. And I am who matters. Let's go ahead and pause this. How are we doing? I did mic off. Yep. All right. Today, I will be play testing, not for the first time, but I will be play testing Sophia Young, or Young, aka Jitter, by Skelly. I actually play tested this 3 days ago, I think it was, and I realized halfway through the game that shockingly, I misplayed a core mechanic over deck. And I was like, you know what? I think this is substantial enough for me to have to abandon this game. That's how badly I was. It was a mess up. Like last night, I play tested Kaji's brand new Talisman, and I made it through the end of that game before I realized I messed up one of the core mechanics of that deck. I still posted and everything like that. Mistakes happen. But the mistakes on that one were, while they changed fundamentally how Talisman worked, I don't think it impacted the game state too much. However, when I play tested Jitter's thing the other day, it absolutely kind of fucked with her. Namely, what I messed up was after you use a basic power or play a card, you resolve a special and rotate it. I did not follow this at all. I didn't. I really didn't follow that. I think what I did was, if I remember correctly, I essentially did it as if after I used the basic power, I would resolve the special, and then I didn't rotate anything. I didn't resolve specials after I played cards. I just only used it as a kind of like Doctor Strange when you exhaust yourself and play cards. So yeah, I've already owned a lot this video. Partnering with her though, I'm gonna be playtesting. Well, not even playtesting because Aero is released. I just need to turn my brain off a little bit. The last, actually, for about the last week, I have been ADDing extremely hard. I finally had a good day yesterday after my stream of where I was able to like actually focus, and I know I had a good day because I built Sorcerer Supreme Scarlet Witch, and I built her pretty much over the course of 24 hours. And she actually looks great. There is one card. The reason I'm not playtesting right now is there's a card in her deck that I need to rework a little bit to get it to work properly because it's doing something interesting. Here, actually, you know what? I'll preview it. I actually have it on my table. I just haven't put an announcement out yet. So here is Scarlet Witch. So if you haven't been following the comics, currently she is the Sorceress Supreme. Well, she's officially the Sorcerer Supreme, but she refers to herself as the Sorceress Supreme. So I've made her based off of this most recent comic run, right? She's even like she's even got her own chaos deck, the same way that Doctor Strange has an incantation deck. So the card that I need to change because it needs to like fundamentally work differently than it is her crest. So this is currently what I have on the table, and I've already changed it. Like I have it open right now in Photopia, and I've changed it, but I actually need to finish changing it, so to speak. But she is largely playtestable right now already, even without that change. Because I think that what the crest is telling you to do makes sense, but there are some semantics that need to be worked out. As you can see right here, because her whole big thing is she plays similarly to FFG's Wanda, and that she's going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck. But one thing I wanted to make sure I did was her discards won't be stopped by the deck running out. So normally if you have an ability that says discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, deal 1 damage to an enemy equal to the number of boost icons on those 3 cards, because that's one of Wanda's literal cards. If there are only 2 cards left in the main deck, or the encounter deck, excuse me, it would get shunted. It just wouldn't work the way as strongly as it normally should. And since Sorcerer Supreme Wanda still has those cards, like the discard encounter cards, I wanted something that would make it so that she would still continue to discard cards after the deck is shuffled. So that's what I worked on, or what still needs to be worked on with her. Other than that, I mean, she's largely done. She's already released on my table as alpha. I want to fix that card before I actually put her out onto the Discord channel as an announcement. I still haven't put Nomura out there because there's actually a core mechanic in her, not a core mechanic, but a mechanic that when I was designing her, I didn't know how I wanted the word. And now that I've had some time to think on it, I think I have an idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to implement that before I put her out to the public. I still am yet to play test Cassie Hack. I need to. I was looking at her and I was like, I might have been too ambitious with this and need to scale it back a little bit. So I'm gonna make some tweaks to her kit, and then I'm gonna actually play test it and see how those hold, and then she'll be released. Anyways, I've burned 10 minutes of gameplay, not playing. So I've already got everything set up. Everybody's shuffled. We're on the pause side. She starts with this on the pause side. Leiling, she's ready to go. She's got a stellar opening hand, but the problem is that she's got aerial mastery and one of her other upgrades out here. Going against Claw, of course. I've already done the setup of the main scheme, getting a minion. Tiger Shark came off the top of the deck, so I didn't even have to discard any other cards. That being said, let's get into this. Let us get into this. All right, what do we got here? So her big thing is Jitter, if you haven't played her, is she's got a lot of these mastery cards that have good effects on them. However, the more cards you play, you have to be very like you have to actually think about what you want to do in your turn, which is weird for a character that I've come across the Outliers. I almost called them Redeemers, Outliers before, and she doesn't seem like a character who's thinking about what she's doing from what little I've seen of her. Um, but yeah, but really the Outliers are something of like rookie X-Men. I think there are 4 of them because there's her, there's the girl that rides on the horse, there's the kid that talks to the dead, and then there is another one that I never remember. Who might as well be Forget Me Not. We don't know who Forget Me Not. Forget Me Not is an X-Men whose superpowers nobody remembers him. Anyways, Forge is a really good card, but do I want him in this opening hand? Like all these cards are good. I think I'm going to flip. Right. I'm going to play Acrobat, which will flip this to running. Now so which of these responses happens first? Because if this is a timing thing, right? If this response happens first, then we flip this to running. And then this response happens, which would be after I play a basic power, after I use a basic power, play a card, which this would be. For some reason, I didn't see the R in Acrobat. I would resolve the special. Now, so which response happens first? Actually, I don't actually know that answer. Let me look this up real quick. Let's see if there's even an answer to this right now. We could be playing Marvel Rivals right now, but I'm not. I'll play that later. In Marvel Champions, the card game, the played card's response resolves before the hero response. So this response happens first, which means that this flips. Then this response happens. After you play a basic power card, it is running. I resolve the special on the mastery card, so I draw a card. And rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. I will then see it's dangerous to play cards during her hero form. So let me actually flip this down real quick, because I do want to get expansion out. So let's 1, 2, for X mansion. That way it doesn't count towards my play cards. Now I flip and play all that stuff I just did up there. Now this is in my hand proper. I will spend 1 to on the clock to remove 3 threat. This rotates, I get this. I'm not going to use its Yume, because if I Yume, then it'll rotate one more time. I'll get to draw another card, but it'll rotate another time. And I don't want that, so it's right here. I'm going to smack this guy for 2 damage. I've got to load it up a new table. So I don't know my counters. There we go. So now this rotates, which means I draw a card. I think then what I'm going to do is, once this orients itself all the way around, it forces us to flip. And then since I'll be in hero form, I'll just exhaust myself and discard my hand. But if I play her hyper focus, I will have no cards in my hand in order to be exhausted. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 2 for this. That does this. It resolves. So it would resolve the hero, I think, in this case, because this doesn't actually have a response on it. So the hero resolve the special, so I would actually draw a card. This would then flip, which would discard this, exhaust me, which this honestly is not the worst thing in the world. And that will end my turn. There's a lot of timing happening. All right, Aero. So first off, I can play this for free. My ability is I can reduce the cost of next support I play by 1, once per phase. If that is location, it is I get the draw card. I was kind of hoping for a resource, but whatever. A flip. Air shield is extremely good. I might actually burn both these multitaskings to get. Aerial Mastery is amazing. Air Shield is amazing. I don't need Aerial Avatar right now. Aerial Mastery is probably the card I should play first, because I recently changed the ability on this so that it can now help her get a larger hand size. Fortunately, I have 1 cards I can play right now. I will remove the last threat off of this, and I will end her turn. She's a character that needs some setup. Oh my goodness, I have 2 air shields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good news is I got another martial artist. Or not a martial artist, but a mastery. So got 2 fucking assess situations, really. So we got 1, 2, attacks Jitter. So what's Jitter sequence? 9. Fantastic. Attacks Jitter. So she's about to get it for 3. So I will defend. I take no damage, and I get this guy, and then I get hit for 4. Ouch. There I am playing with 2 squishy characters. And now he gets a tough status. Attacks Aero, who will take it 4. I have no allies. I suck at 1 damage. She gets attacked again, she's probably dead. Aero will defend. Actually, this is just the villain attacking. I'll take that. I was thinking of the other one, or it's them all of them. 2 damage. Speaking of which, gang up. There it is. She'll just take this. Actually, her air shield is kind of not useful right now. Because he's already got no printed attack. Ooh, that's rough. That's 4 damage. That is a rough fucking round I just had. I got attacked 4 times. Ouch. Ouch. She's gonna knock the top off a Tiger Shark. I will spend... I kind of need to... yeah, air shield's useless on phase 1 of this boss. Because he has no attack value. I'm gonna wind powered kick. Yeah, I'm gonna wind powered kick to defeat Tiger Shark. It's a win card, so give me this counter, baby. I'm not spending wind blades on a clear the area. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I do need to actually track her stats. So 3, 2, 1, 1. Because her upgrades can give bonuses to cards you play. But if they exhaust, she actually loses off of her powers. So I can't play this. I can clear the air. I'm not getting rid of the wind blades to do that. After I play wind card. Okay, you know what? Actually, because this only costs 1, I forgot about that. Forgot about her ability. And that is a win card, so now I have 2 on here. I will exhaust this and remove 2 counters to have a +1 hand size. Alright, Jitter, who is almost fucking dead. I'm going to play this, which flips this. Again, retaliate 1. And then I played a card, so the special happens, so I reduce the cost of the next card I play by 2. This also rotates. And play Haven House. I'm going to, which also does this and resolves a special on this, so the next card I play is -2, which doesn't matter. I will then assess the situation and assess the situation, which will rotate this, rotate this. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do these in hero form, just because this is going to be annoying. I'm going to flip, which will do this. Discard this. I use Haven House to... Oh, you have to... Oh, it automatically does it. Okay, what's this? Spend 1 resource of any type and exhaust Haven House to ready a mentor. Alright, so it heals her by 1. And then I assess and I assess. That way I can keep energy in my hand for next round. So she's got +2 hand size. She's got +1. And we do this. She gets 6 cards. We do this, and she gets an 8 card hand size. 8 cards. Alright. 1, 2. Attacks Aero, who kind of needs to defend herself. So she'll defend herself for 1, because she doesn't have her defense upgrade out yet. That is 2 damage to her. Schemes for 4. And then 1 from the weapon runner. Encounter, encounter. This cunting card. I am in alter ego, so discard a random card out of the 8. I don't think there's a single mastery in there. No, she doesn't have a single mastery in her hand. All right, first player. She needs to heal 3. She needs to heal 1. I'm going to Moira McTaggart. Stare you stare. That is a name. That is certainly a name. So Callie is in my hand, but the question is, do I play Callie or not? I'm not going to have a mastery. So I'm going to flip, as I really need to. I will Moira McTaggart to draw a card. I'm going to use Professor X to build support. I do not have this on running form, so I do not have to worry about rotating it or anything like that. I'm going to use a 1/1 to play a 1/1, deal 2 damage, and don't have threat removal. I do not have threat removal, so we're going to automatically go into the next phase because I need to flip her down. I really need to flip her down. I do not have anything to remove threat in my hand. I have Venus, but she also discards attachments, which means I don't really want to play her. I can sulk. Sulk would stop that from, well, probably stop that from topping out. Maybe stop that from topping out. One, 2, shit. 3 to Silk. If I get to get an event in my hand, I probably need that more than anything else. She removes 2 threat off of main. I'm going to flip. Use this to Sacred. Actually, no, Secretary Studio is free. Use this for Secretary Studio. I get to draw a card. I'm going to use this to get crew quarters attached to it. It's a shame I drew this afterwards because it would play Air Avatar for free. And that will end her turn. Another Air Avatar. Ooh, piece of candy. 3. Did I draw any masteries? No. 1, 2. Attacks Jitter. So far I've been extremely unlucky with with how much damage I'm getting attacked by. Still going to take it. 3 damage. God, that was a spike. Schemes for 2. And then 1. And then this next one is 8 per person and discards until we get a minion. Yep. Engage the first player. Alright. Encounter. Encounter. Guard tough, guard tough. That would be nice. I had 2 in my opening hand and haven't had one since. I need to flip her down in order to get use of that. Heal for 3. Crew quarters to heal for 1. Actually, no, what am I doing? I can't crew quarters because it's attached. It's not in play. I will... Actually, I'll pay for this with her ability, which will draw my card. Ooh. Damn, it's a shame I recovered first before I did that because now I have downtime. I will then spend 1 to actually put crew quarters in play for 1. I kind of need the air avatar. So I hate doing this, but I'm going to spend Venus to get downtime. No flip. Oh, this is exhausted because I need to do that. I'm going to use Hone Craft to pay for air avatar. To knock... Oh, shit. I guess I'll knock 4 off of this. Sulk is here to defend for me. Actually, do I want to actually remove threat or I think I might keep her down for now because she needs to flip down. She needs to start getting masteries in her fucking hand. Yeah, I do have Sulk to chump block for it too. So that is going to... I've been really unfortunate with my fucking upgrades because I got these 2 in opening hand and then I haven't gotten any others. Because I have 1 that increases, I have 1 for each stat. And I'm just not drawing them. That's an ender turn. Over here. Jitter Bug. So do have one of these lovely mentors. Oh, I should play. So I think what she's going to do is remove the last 2 off of this. So she's got, I think, it's her deck and discard pile for 1 that's 3. I have Helicarrier. Yeah, let's get Helicarrier out. It's not identity specific, right? It's just a support. Yeah, Helicarrier. Each get 1. And then does she have a support? Upgrade, Weapon X. The X-Jet. The X-Jet. So I can actually... I don't need to flip her down if I put Nightcrawler in play. So I'm going to put Nightcrawler in play, because now I need to get masteries. That's the big thing. So I use this to get... Acrobat attached to it. Oh, well then... Spend Angel to play Endurance. Now these two lovely cards. But this is Alter Ego, and these require me to change forms. Don't have a mastery. That will end her turn. Hey, she finally got one of her cards. All right. Now I have one of these, so I finally have a good reason to switch. Oh God, that's right. I don't actually want to do this because it's going to rotate 90 degrees, isn't it? No, I still will. I still think I will. I'll just have to flip down before I resolve another power or card. So let's actually do that. Let's start the villain phase. Exhaust this card to put a mastery into play. Oh, but play a card. So this actually counts as me playing the card, doesn't it? Or no, it's not even playing it. It's putting it into play. So I'm not playing it. I'm putting it into play. So it doesn't actually resolve that around. All right. 1-2. Attacks Aero. I've got Silk to block for me. Okay, 1 damage each hero. So Silk is dead. She takes 1. She takes 1. Fucking rude. And then I get smacked for 1 by the weapons runner. Attacks Jitter. I reduce all damage from this attack. Do I defend? I will defend. Actually, do I need to defend? I actually probably don't need to. Let's just take it. For 3, so I take 2. And then I take nothing and nothing. And then encounter, encounter. Well, it attacks me. Well, that's fucking rude. I'm gonna have to defend. I didn't want to. This has been rough. This is not a lot's getting accomplished right now. Defend for 1. I would have taken no damage, but I discard a card at random from my hand. Watch it get rid of my upgrade. Okay, I got rid of one of the air avatars. I can actually live with that a little bit. Back here. Okay. Now I have this. One, 2, 1. Two, 3. For stare, you stare. Deal 4 damage. Oh, these guys have a guard. I can't even fucking do this. This would be like overkill on the weapons runner, and that's it. You know what? Let's overkill the weapons runner. So this rotates and it rotates again. I just remembered I need to actually keep this in my hand. So I can get rid of... I'm not the biggest fan of X-Gene. Why am I doing this? It only costs 2. And I spent Weapon X as one of the 2. So 4 damage, so I defeated that. Rotates this 90 degrees. This forces another 90 degrees. I'm going to actually rotate it another 90 degrees to resolve this special. So I draw a card, and then I draw a card from this. I will then flip, which flips this, gets rid of this. Also, I resolve the special, so I get to draw a card. So I drew 3 cards. I will then discard this to remove this from the game. Also, I heal 1 damage. I'm going to exhaust this to ready him. I will exhaust him to get the one that gets me to draw cards, Acrobat. I'll exhaust this to heal 1 damage. I'll exhaust myself to heal 3 damage. I will assess the situation. Also, this needs to be unstopped. I will then... don't have a mastery, so I'd be a little bit wasted. Don't have resources. She will need this for this for this. So she really doesn't have any resources she can like give out. I think I'll spend Hacker to actually get the X Gene. I know I'm not a big fan of the X Gene, but I don't think I'll mind it too much. That's going to end her turn. Over here to Aero, who no longer has a chump blocker. So I will spend 2 to gather energy. Get +1 thwart while it's ready, and it also increases threat removed by 2. We're not in a bad place on that card yet. I played a win card. Air Avatar is reduced. I will remove 4, and then it removes 1 threat for from each scheme for each win card I played this turn. So I played 2. So 1, 2, 1. Excuse me, game. Excuse me. 2. I get a counter here. I will remove 2 counters to get +1 hand size. And I need to have them both flip down. I'm going to flip her down because I need her to heal. I will then use this to grab a location. I will grab either Gate Command Center or Avengers Mansion. Let's get Avengers Mansion attached to it. Let's get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 characters in Alter Ego, so this will be interesting. So 1, 2, 3. Schemes for 4. Schemes for 4. This, and this. I'm an Alter Ego, so Call heals 4. It's at full health. Alter Ego, discard a random card. Fuck yourself. Wrong card, wrong button. Oh, I kind of wanted to keep that game. You asshole. All right. Hers. Surges. Surges. Alter this. 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 I'm going to use my ability plus these 2 to play this. The draw card. Hey, it's my Wind Cloak. Flip. Oh shit, I didn't actually have to heal. I have Zuyu in my hand. Hold on. I still do that to play that. I'm going to use even the odds to play oh, this is defeated. I shouldn't have had an extra encounter. Which was her encounter that she got? Was it this one? Yeah, she had to discard a random card from hand. I'm going to shuffle the discard a random card from her hand back into the deck because I forgot I defeated that side skin. So let's put the 3 back on here, or 3 off of her. I will use this to draw a card. I'll use this, and I already used an even the odds, and this even the odds to. I don't know why am I getting rid of so many fucking cards. I just need the one even the odds to play Zuyu. Zuyu heals me to full because he heals me 1 per location I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip. All right. I will spend 2 on my wind cloak, which will give me 1 defense. I will then spend Uranium is a good card. So my next card is -1. So let's just set focus. I will then remove 3 threat off of main. And then I will spend Uranium to clear the area with this to remove 4 threat from the main. And that will end her turn. Over to Sophia. I'm going to use Nightcrawler to get... Actually, this one's probably good. This, I'm going to... I'm not going to spend a resource to ready him. I'm going to search my deck and discard ball for mastery. Add it to my hand. Let's grab this one, I guess. I'm going to spend 2, 3, because I think these 2 are good on their things. For Callie, I'm going to flip. And I'll put Kickboxer out, which flips us, and then activates her thing. To turn this 90, resolve this to deal 1 damage to an enemy. Let's knock the top off. I'm going to spend 1, 2 on the beak. So beak removes 1 threat for each X-Men you control, X-Men ally. So you're in 2 threat off a main. I resolve this mastery, so we're not kissed off. This rotates, so I resolve the mastery. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. Calico has 3 attack, 3 thwart. So she will defeat this. Actually, she'll hit Melter for 3. Beak will smack this guy for 1. I will attack this guy for 3, or 2, excuse me. Which does this, deals 1 damage to him. Also, I forgot I did this, so I draw a card. I will spend Sunfire to 1 by 1. So hit this for 2, hit him for 2. I rotate this. I think this would happen first, because the special still needs to happen from this rotating. So I deal 1 damage to an enemy. Then this flips, it discards this. I have no cards in my hand, and I also, yeah, I'm also exhausted, so I don't have to worry about that part. Dun, 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 dun. That will end the player phase. Hey, it's Wave at the bottom of my deck. She gets 3. She gets this. She gets 2 more. Then also, Beak should have taken a damage. Calico should have taken a damage. Alright, the villain phase begins. I will put this into play with Nightcrawler. We got 1, 2, 3. Attacks Aero, who is kind of fucking online right now. I am going to take this for 1 damage, and I'll just reduce it by 1. Attacks. Did I discard 2? No, I didn't. What's the second one? 2 more damage. Attacks Jitter. Beak will defend. For no fucking damage. Beak's still alive. I'll take 1 from the armored guard, I guess. Encounter, encounter. She gets attacked again, so that actually sucks because I only have 1 defense. Beak will defend for her. He takes no damage again. Oh wait, Beak can't defend for her because Beak already defended. In that case, she would defend for herself, or just take it, I guess, because she still would have been in good place health-wise. She would have taken no damage and then 1 damage from fucking Whirlwind. Encounter. Fucking getting attacked again. Defend for 2. Jesus, 5 damage. So it dealt damage, which means it places threat. 3 goes through. I did use a basic power, so this rotates. And I take 1 less damage because I forgot that. And I do the special. Also, I took 1 damage from this guy, and he doesn't actually hurt me. This, she's going to flip. I cannot change forms until I exhaust this. Well, call for action. All right, we're over here. I've rotated this once. Callie will defeat this guy. I'm going to spend 2 on Stare You Stare for 1, 2, 3, 4. This. I'll spend 1, 2 on stare you stare. Let's not do that yet. So 4 damage. Then this, I draw a card, and that resource does the mastery, so I draw a card. I'm going to then flip. I'm going to spend 2 to Angel, but first I change to this, so I heal 1. Also change form, so this is gone. I will Nightcrawler to get this back. I will spend a resource and this to ready him. I'll exhaust him. Actually, do I have another one in here? I don't think I do. So in that case, instead of using this as the resource, I'll use this as the resource and then use that to get Ninja back. I'll use X Mansion to heal myself by 1. I will then attack with Nightcrawler for 2. Nightcrawler Angel, excuse me, for 2. And that will end her turn. Lei Ling. Zuyu will heal me. I'm trying to make this all my location cards. Do I have a location in my discard pile? I actually should, because I don't. This is in here. So let's just go ahead and get the command center. I should have kept this space open. Let's do this, draw a card. I don't have a... Let's... Skilled Investigator. I have a lot of cards in play. Holy shit. I will then spend 1 on Endurance. Oh, ready. Flip. Do not have a way to... well, actually, 2 Helicarrier for wave. If I spent less than 3 resources, which I did, I can get a location or a win card and add it to my hand. Their avatar. What did I do with the upgrade that I was going to attach to this? Did I just not fucking attach it? I guess that doesn't matter. I only have 1 location left anyways. I can't play Air Avatar, because actually I can. But I wouldn't be able to play clear the area immediately afterwards. Use Depth Focus and clear the area to play Air Avatar. This is first to win, so it only removes the 4. Or actually, technically, it also includes itself. So it removes 5, but I'm also going to use this to remove an additional. So, or an additional 2, so it's to remove all from main. And I'll also add 1 of this. I'll exhaust this. Spend 2 counters to increase my hand size by 1. And that will end her turn. All right, now that she's online, the threat doesn't exist anymore. 6. This Also, okay. One thing needs to be explained about the reorientation stuff. Does it ready? Does this ready? Also, this is not running. This because I flipped all three ago. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom before I start doing all this shit. Let's put my headphones on. Headphones on. All right. Now I am back. I am back. So I ended with the let's draw. Let's use Nightcrawler to put Acrobat in play. 1, 2, 3. Attacks or schemes, excuse me, for 2, 2. And attacks. I really didn't use Wave's ability last round. Oh well. Attacks, and I just take it. 4, 3 damage. She's online. She's finally online. Ooh, fuck you. There's no masses of evil, so let's melt her. I'll be through with him right quick when I mate. The villain schemies for 2. And he gets a tough. That's rude. Over here. All right, all right. I'm good here now. I'm good to go. Also, I forgot to get my stats back. Aero's turn. She's gonna draw a card. She's gonna spend 1, 2 to wind powered kick. To deal 5 damage to an enemy. Goodbye, Melter. She will then attack the tough off. Oh wait, do I want to attack the? Yeah, I'll attack the tough off and take the 1 retaliate. I guess it's fine. Do I have one of everything? I do. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that before I attack the tough off. I still have a reduced cost of 1 in the next card I play this turn. I will then also play a win card. I'll then use Clear the Area to Air Avatar, which removes 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a second win card, so it removes an additional 1. I could also use this to increase. Yeah, let's use this to increase that. I lose 1 off of my thwart, but that doesn't matter because I've already thwarted. Wave, who I forgot to do anything with last round, will attack for 2. And I play a second win card. I'll use this to knock to get an additional card in my hand size. And I am going to stay up. Yep. Also, after an ally thwarts and defeats a side scheme, which it didn't do. After you defeat a minion, I would have done this to. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. End turn. Sophia. I keep forgetting that one of the big mechanics is you can use this on an X-Men character, and therefore I can heal Callie. I'm going to search for a mastery, add it to my hand. This one heals 2 damage from character. Ooh, let's do that. I will then, so I can heal. So let's heal. Flip, Moira, draw. When I flip this, also, yeah, I couldn't have had this in play. It doesn't matter, I didn't use it. This should actually still be attached because I was an alter ego. So flip. Or this doesn't flip, excuse me. I will then, which means he's still ready. I'll play Combat Medic, flip this. And then her ability goes off. To rotate this, he'll do damage from a friendly character. Let's heal it from her first. Calico will attack for 3. I will then Precision Strike for 2. This, heal her by 2. Also, this to draw a card. I will then 1 by 1 to play Weapon X, which rotates this. Heals 2 damage from a friendly character. Actually, before I do that, then hold on. Let me have Angel attack for 2, and then we'll heal him by 2. Now, if I play another card, I lose everything that's in my hand, and I would exhaust myself. I'm already exhausted. So the question is, do I really need to keep any of this shit in my hand? I can honestly just kind of play 1 by 1 and do another 2 damage for no fucking reason. Do I want to do that? Because superpower training is useless. I mean, it is. It's just useless to me at this point in the game. All her identity-specific upgrades are out. All of her identity-specific upgrades are out. The only thing she'd get from it is one of these. It doesn't fucking matter. So if I don't play anything else, I just keep these cards I have in my hand, except that discard superpower training because I don't fucking need it. Yeah, in turn. I'm going to discard superpower training. I'm going to discard 1 by 1, 2, 3. I'll do this, and she has a 6 card in size. Down, 1, 2, 3. I will get through this phase eventually. Oh shit. Since I'm not supposed to know, I would have taken this damage. So I'll take this damage. That is 3. I will reduce that amount by 1. So 2 damage. And then attacks Jitter. I've got Beak to chump it for me. So Beak is finally dead. Homie's been on a suicide mission this whole time and he just didn't want to die. This. Schemies for 3. The Masses of Evil, so we get Melter. The card might as well just say, if no Masters of Evil minion attacks, then just put Melter in play. All right. We're going to assess the situation. This rotates. I heal 2 damage from her. I will then exhaust Calico to deal 3 damage. I'll spend these 2, and this to Professor X, who will ready an X-Men character. Also rotate this and heal 2 off of Callie. Hold on. Angel will attack and defeat Melter. After a minion defeats, after an ally thwarts, this is when it's thwarts. Okay. I've got a lot of dogs on the Flyers channel. Callie will then attack the villain for 3. Professor X will thwart for 3. I will then play on the clock, then that will happen. So I'm going to remove 2 threat off of main. This heal 2 damage from a friendly character. Let's get Callie all the way back up to full health. I'm going to exhaust Nightcrawler to get a mastery. I don't actually have a mastery, do I? No. Interesting. So he can be ready. If I'm on the clock, then I get rid of this And I discard the energy, which is not awful. So let's exchange 2 on the clock. Let's remove 3. Which will drop him by 10. Which will then rotate this, resolve the special to heal 2 from a friendly character. Let's get it back up to full health. This flips. This is gone. This is gone. Also would do... No, I can't do this. Oh, I keep using this as a response. That's my bad. This is an action. Just resolve a master. So I could have done that beforehand, but there's really nothing I need to fucking heal at this point. In that case, now we use Nightcrawler to get this and attach it. And that will end Jitter's turn. 2, Aero, the completely online Aero. A Willed. This only does side schemes, so these are useless because there's no outside schemes. 2 and 3 for Uranian. Oh, then draw a card. An air shield that is actually useful now. Do 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 do. Make a multitask. And just to remove 2. I'd overpay the hell out of it, but oh, an ally didn't he? Oh no, the event did. Yep, too late. Let's overpay for multitasking. I don't care. Move 2. I will attack for 2. Actually, you know what? Let's use this to, since I'm not going to thwart. Use this to make it 2 more. Wave will attack for 2. And that will end her turn. Apparently done. I'm apparently done, just completely done drawing her cards. All right. Get one here, get one here. This already's... She draws 6 because I assessed. I think I assessed. I'm pretty sure I assessed. We got Professor X chump block, Angel to not. All right, the building phase begins. I'm going to use Nightcrawler to... Should I put Combat Medic back out? Let's put Combat Medic back out. One, two, three, 4. Attacks over here. Professor X blocks. Professor X is actually still alive. Attacks. And just gonna take it. For hold on, actually. Now that this is useful, for no damage. Which means I do not have to exhaust myself. Radioactive. Where the fucking hell? Alright, Venus, where you at? Venus, 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 Venus. Pedro, 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 Pedro. I do have one of every resource. Draw a card. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Reduce the cost. This, Venus. Venus enters play, she discards an attachment. All right. Remove 2 threat off of main. I will then attack Radioactive Man for 2. I will then spend 1 to multitask with this to remove. Oh, it's already removing all the it. 2. We keep Wave around so that she can heal her. That will end her turn. I keep Homecraft. That's good. Over here. All right. Kelly will attack for 3. Professor X, you're fucking dead, man. Angel will attack for 2. And that's, God damn it, it's when they defeat the side scheme, not a minion. I keep thinking it's the other way. All right. Let's have Sunfire in my hand too. Let's assess the situation. Which does this. It heals 2 damage from a friendly character. I'm going to hyper focus to heal 2 damage from a friendly character and draw a card. I will then attack for 2. Which heals 2 damage from a friendly character. I will then this also. Oh, this should be on this side, by the way. This to pay for a precision strike. To do this. 2 damage. Heal 2 damage from a friendly character. The only thing that needs to be healed is this. Nothing else in my hand is worth playing. I could conceivably play Kickboxer just to burn off this and kind of reset this state so I can get something new out. I think that's what I might do. I'm going to do this, which forces this to flip. Then both of these get discarded. I exhaust and I lose my hand. Lost some good cards, but I don't need those good cards. I kind of need to free this up. I'm going to then flip down. I would heal 1 damage when I'm at full health. I will then I have 2 cards in my deck. I'll then grab a mastery. I don't even have a card for Weapon X to apply to. I'm gonna grab a mastery, which we're gonna make the Kickboxer. I will then do absolutely fucking nothing. Ends. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. I don't remember if I played in a such situation, but Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Guess is going to have a real large hand. This guy. She's also not going to be able to do shit on her next round. It's just really not. Ready. Draw cards. Oh, wait, she's. Well, this would actually happen first because she would get hers first. She readies. She still needs one more card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacks Aero, who, frankly, my dear, does not give two shits. Do I air shield? I'll air shield. So I take 1 damage, and then 1 damage from the runner. Schemes for 3. Counter, and counter. Not even bother reading the card anymore. Well, I guess I exhaust each character I control. Otherwise, I would have to get rid of Kickboxer, which actually wouldn't be awful. Hold on. I would get rid of Kickboxer in one of these, and I could spend the X-Jet. Oh, this one, I have to be an X-Men, so I can't actually use X-Jet. So yeah, I have to do that. 5, first player. So a lot of what she was going to do is kind of nullified. She will have a +3 card hand size next round. I'm going to flip. I'm going to put Kickboxer out. And exhaust this. Oh, that flips this. And then I deal 1 damage to an enemy. So it's this guy. Then I exhaust this to deal 1 damage to an enemy. Also, I flipped a hero form, so I draw a card. And then I draw a card from this, because I forgot to do that. This rotates 1. I will then spend 1 for Precision Strike. Deal 2 damage. And then 1 more. I will then spend 1. 1, so 1 by 1. So this deals 3 damage and 3 damage. Also, this would have rotated and done 1 damage. 3 damage. 3 damage. And then resolves a special. 1 damage. I will then do nothing else because I'm exhausted. Exhausted like a motherfucker. And none of that retaliates because it was not an attack directed at him. And retaliate only hits attacks, and these are not attacks. Over here, I do have 1 of everything. I'm going to use this to draw a card. I will 1, 2, 2. Wind kick for 5, 6, 7. Retaliated. I will then. So my next card is -1. I will then use clear the area on Air Avatar. It is the second win card I played. To remove 4 threat, and then remove 2 from each scheme. My next card is -1. Also, hold on. I could also use this to increase the amount removed by 2. I don't need to. I really don't need to. I'm going to then, because the next card is free, do have to spend a resource to get multitasking to bump twice. So let's spend the resource to multitask and then have it remove an additional threat. So it removes 1, 2, 3, 1. Get skilled investigator for fucking even the odds of all things. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. There's nothing to remove, and deal 1 damage to the villain. I'm not going to attack with any of these. I'm not going to do anything with these 2. I'm still good. So I actually, you know what? I'm going to attack. I'll take 1 from retaliate. I'm going to do 2 to have an additional card. I'm going to flip. Use UU. I really don't think there's anything I need to get with this. Yeah, that'll end her turn. I'll discard this. She has a 7-card hand size. And readies. She gets her stats back technically. She readies. She has a +3 hand size, so she's got 8, so she can draw 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacks over here. She's gonna take it. She's in a good spot. That is 5 damage. She's less in a good spot now. Schemes for 1, 2, and then 1 from the weapons runner. This. Start a card at random from my hand. That's not awful. This. Do I have 1 of everything? I do. Let's draw a card. I kind of wanted to keep 1 powered kick, but I kind of want to get rid of the retaliate. Or do I just buckle up with the retaliate? You got all these cards. Let's spend 1. Oh, no. She's got Sunfire. I don't need to worry about this. I really don't. It has to play Sunfire, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to remove 2 threat. I'm going to then one, 2 to win powered kick. Oh wait, I'm an alter ego. Flip the 1, 2 for the win powered kick for 5. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to attack for 2. Then wind powered kick with wind blades to deal 7 damage to an enemy. I'm going to spend, that's a win card. So I'm going to knock these 2 off and have an extra hand. This is 1 less resource to play Air Avatar to remove 4 threats. 6 threats. Because this second card, I don't need to play my other Aero avatar. I will then wave attack the villain for 2. She gets retaliated against. And that really just ends her turn. Over here, fuck it, Callie will just attack for 3. That will end it. All right. Aero usually always takes a little while to get set up. It's weird to have a character that is not running like tech upgrades that requires a lot of setup, but once she gets her 4 out, she is in excellent position. Jitter. Okay, let's. This has been a long video, so let's do this kind of quickly. Get out of here, Angel. Mine, fuck. I liked having all 3 assess situations in one hand. That was pretty funny. It's 25. And then she thought she had a 41 card deck. So she should have 16 ones. 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, excellent. These, get out of here. So first things first, what I will say immediately off the bat is you need to clean up the images on a lot of these cards. I don't know if that means you take them to like an AI upscaler or you just find better images. A lot of these cards are not great. This Callie pick is not great. I would also I'd border break it to put at least so that the nose of the horse isn't cut off. I would definitely do that. Even though the horse is not Calico by technicality, it is whatever horse's name is. I would definitely do that. This image actually is fine. It takes a minute to get a look at because there's so much implied movement happening here. But the image is good. It's a good image here. This image is not good. That is not a good image. Also, you do not have your identification on here. Who made this card? Is it Skelly? Like these cards are made by Skelly. Who's made this? We'll never know. Her abilities, once you get used to it, I think are great. Actually, I think this is a really inventive deck. It's always weird to play with a hero that imposes its own limitations. I say that knowing full well I made Nomura, who does the same fucking thing. Nomura, every turn she's in play, she loses 1 off of a basic power. So it's always weird to play a hero that has a self-imposed limiter on it. Another thing off the bat before I start really talking about the cards, even though I literally just talked about the hero all 3 of them, you need an insert in this. You absolutely need to have an insert here. You need to explain reorientation or reorient, which would be the keyword that you've made for this. You absolutely need to have the ability to reorient. The action on this feels useless. So I'm trying to figure out how to I'm trying to figure out how to organize my thoughts on this. So before I talk about the action on this, I guess reorient by definition is a different word than readying your card, right? So the implication is that at the end of your turn, you ready this card, which just coincidentally reorients it. There is no real way to tell if at the end of the round, when I ready this, does it count as me reorienting it? Or does it just count me as readying it? Does it ready? Is it supposed to ready at all? Um, because the only way that I see this action being useful is if reorientating it and I'm trying to think how I put this. I had the ideas in my head of how to say it, and then I immediately brain farted on the rest of my life. Um, honestly, don't find the action on this to be too useful. I don't know why I'd want to discard a mastery card. Because again, the only reason that would be useful is if by discarding it, if reorientating it and readying it are the same thing, then I could see the reason to draw a card, because then at least I'd get rid of the mastery, which would then stop this from happening as harshly. That would be the only reason. I know you have a channel for a Discord channel for this deck. I tend not to go through those unless I'm looking for a precon. The reason I tend not to go through those is because there tends to be a lot of back and forth conversation that's happening. And I'm not trying to search through a Discord channel to find every piece of information I need to run a deck. That's why I said again that you need to have an insert with this. Now, as for the actual like reviews of cards, if you don't want to have constructive feedback on a video in a video, then please, this is the part where you should stop watching as I stem here for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is where I'm going to offer some constructive feedback on top of what I've already said, because I forgot to give the disclaimer before I started reviewing. I like her concepts. She needs some cleaning up. Now we're starting the review part. Again, the action on this does not feel needed, mainly because this is drawing you a card and this is drawing you a card. I don't need that many cards in my hand. You don't really want to have you don't want to have a ton of cards in your hand anyways, because the more cards you play, you're exhausting the stopwatch. By default, she does not have a lot of expensive cards in her deck. Her hero cards are very inexpensive. Her precon is very inexpensive. So that entices you to play a lot of cards in your turn, which in turn rotates this, and you don't want this going all the way around. So that having the draw card on it to entice you to play more cards, not really necessary. It's nice and all to have the option, but it's not necessary. I honestly forget it exists. This is an engine card that normally when I talk about engine cards, I talk about how useful they are. This engine card just is an engine card. It's not being useful for really anything. It's just making sure that her deck runs. So I really don't have a review on this card other than that. I think it is pretty smart though. I don't know a lot about the character, but I've been able to glean a lot about what this character is because of this card. Namely, she can only keep this up for a short amount of time. It's also not your fault that they've like really changed the image on Jitter's stopwatch on these images. The character has not existed that long. I know the Outliers have been around since 2021, 2022, something like that. They're not old. So the drastic change in the art style is kind of crazy. That's not your fault though. You work with what you got. I would still just clean up the images on, like I said before, clean up the images on all of these cards. All right, let's talk about her deck proper. Calico, I actually really like Calico. She does require you to have your stopwatch running, which is great. She's a 3/3 essentially, and I would not use her unless I have the stopwatch running. That is a perfectly fine thing. I think she is a strong card when you've got the stopwatch running. Useless until then. What makes her even better isn't even her, it is your combat medic. It is the fact that both these characters are X-Men, so you can use the expansion to heal her and keep her going. It's essentially Voltroning a character without actually Voltroning her. I actually think this deck would work great in a Voltron deck as well. You don't need to make this aggression. Other cards. I'm going to talk about these ones last because I have thoughts on these. Lock in. I actually really like this. I think it's awesome. I think it's really good. Another formatting issue. Let's see. Do you have any formatting issues on this? Not that I see. Any formatting issues here? Not that I see, other than your name missing. Formatting issue here, though. You do not have a space between your response and your ability. Also, special should be in parentheses, not parentheses, quotations, and the S in special should be capitalized. Also, I don't think I paid attention at all a single time to the top part of that card, which really didn't affect the game too much. It would have just stopped me from um, unnecessarily. It's actually a really good ability that I just did not apply the entire time, because her events have the option to whether or not you want to rotate it. So I was always looking at it like, well, I'd have to rotate it once for playing the card and then rotate it a second time for the ability. I really just didn't see the purpose of that. But this actually stops the first rotation from happening. And then you get the option to doing this. So actually that is it even necessary though? Just it's not necessary on these. But it's necessary on other cards, so it's still fine. It's still a really good card. I'm overthinking things. Nightcrawler's kind of meh. They getting one of these out on the villain turn is it's not a bad thing or anything like that, but it's not really vital. And if he uses ability to put one of them in play, you're not going to have his ability to get another one from your discard pile. So it's kind of meh. I didn't find too much valuable to him other than just hoarding cards. On the clock. Perfectly good card. So is Stare You Stare. They're just perfectly fine cards. You've created a little bit of an issue with this. You've formatted the word running to match the state here, and you didn't format the word running to the state. So that's something you should fix. Also, your attack and thwarts in parentheses need to go before the colon, and that should be italicized, both the word and the bracket, because it looks like the word thwart is italicized, but the brackets are not. And then this one's not even italicized. So it's just some formatting issues on those. Anything else on those? No, not really. I'm not a fan of this name. It doesn't feel right. I don't know the character know if that's something she says. Um, that would make that name make sense to me. I don't understand why it's stare you stare. Um, then lastly, before I start talking about these, hyperfocus. Hyperfocus is just a really good card. I like it. It resolves the mastery without rotating the watch. And you draw a card. This could honestly be 3 cost because it is actually very strong. 3 costs would probably be balanced. Right now, it's running very strong. These. All right. So this one is probably the best card. This and Combat Medic. These are probably the 2 best cards. It's just how it is. These are by far the 2 most important cards, I think. In my opinion, those are the 2 most important ones. Yeah. Healing 2 damage. You remove status effects. This is extremely strong. Reducing damage by 1, and then drawing a card each time you resolve your special. Extremely strong. I don't. I wouldn't say this one's broken. I just think it's extremely strong. I think you could drop the heal damage down to 1, and this would just be a really good card. And because as it's running right now, this one does feel like it's overpowered. Especially because you're an X-Men and you can just heal Calico with X Mansion, and that would take care of another one. That's just so fucking strong. So these 4 cards, I don't see any reason why they're given traits. I don't think it's a bad thing that they're given traits necessarily, but I don't think it's healthy to build decks, like build pre-con decks around conditional traits. Not that, it's not that you can't do it. It's not that you shouldn't do it. It's just not entirely healthy. I don't think it's a good idea to per se build a deck revolving around playing aerial cards if your character does not start with aerial. Like I have aerial that comes from aerial. Actually, no, I don't have aerial. That's right. I actually changed that on her. That was the thing I used to have. She didn't used to start with aerial, and then aerial mastery gave her aerial. Then FFG released their version of the Aero ally, and when they did that, I decided that maybe she should start with aerial. But I would not build her. I would not have built her with any aerial cards before. So you've got these things that are saying, "Hey, you gain the spy trait," but for starters, FFG doesn't have a lot of supports for supply or like cards. Period for I keep wanting to say supplies for spies. So there's just like a lot of nothing happening with that. And there's nothing for martial artists. So these are traits that you're gaining that really just don't fucking matter. That doesn't mean you need to take them off by any stretch, but they're not going to get any support. They're not going to get any use. At least not that I can think of. Yeah, there's not that much. As for the abilities, there's also another one for damage. Yeah, this is a damage one. These are both just good cards. I think these are actually extremely balanced cards. Which one's this one? Guard and Patrol. And then this one can choose between those 2, which kind of makes these 2 not really useful. Although they do also deal extra damage and remove extra threat. Ninja's good. Retaliate at 1. If you play an event with your action, So basically attacks and thwarts. And this ignores your stopwatch. This one breaks your character a little bit. This one's a bit awkward too because it would ignore your stopwatch, but you would need your stopwatch to be able to continue using the ability. It's strong, it's awkward, it's clunky. Let's actually put it down here. This one's just clunky. The art on a good amount of your cards is honestly not bad. It always looks weird because she's got this weird movement shit going on, but this one doesn't look great. Hey, Dazzler. That looks good. That looks good. That one doesn't look great. This one, it looks like you've got a panel break in here. Is that what this is? Which, not great. This one, I would say it doesn't look great, but there's just so much happening in the card that it's technically fine. And then Nightcrawler, of course. This is when he was fighting, what's her face? Mutina. Speaking of which, Mutina. This is an issue that characters that don't have a lot going on have. Is Mutina's not really a nemesis minion for anybody. She's only been in 2 issues. I know that because I made Mutina. So thematically, it's a stretch to say that Mutina would be her nemesis minion, but also who the fuck would be? Who would be her nemesis minion? She's part of a characters that are part of teams that haven't had a lot of issues will always have that issue that pops up where who the fuck is their nemesis minion, right? And who the fuck would Jitter's nemesis minion be? Who would Calico's nemesis minion be? Because I know you made a Calico. Last time I looked at it, let's see, Skelly, have you given Callie a nemesis minion yet? Also, why do you have a hit point counter for Callie and you don't have one for Jitter? Does not look like you have a nemesis minion set for her yet. You made one for Callie, and you didn't make one for Jitter. Shame on you. So yeah, that's kind of what I think about this. I think most importantly, other than like some formatting fixes, make a insert. This needs an insert. You honestly probably should have done that before you put this out for public testing. Because in my opinion, once you make a Discord channel, that means that you've opened your deck up to public. And you've made a deck that needs an insert badly, and now you have it out there for people to play. Yeah, that's my review of Jitter. I think she is very good fundamentally. I think her mechanics work pretty well. There is some tightening of screws that needs to be done. There's some maybe a little bit of balancing that should probably be done, but you honestly don't need to do too much. And yeah, she's looking good. Well, she's looking good thematically. Some of her images are not looking great. But yeah, it's pretty good for an alpha. I think you have this alpha. This is Jitter Alpha. Let's actually look at the channel because you don't have a list on your card, I don't think, or on your pack. Jitter. Oh, I pressed the wrong search function. Jitter is in beta. I would not say this is beta right now. I would say this is alpha. Just my personal opinion on the difference between beta and alpha. Anyways, it's 2 hours. I've been doing this for 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up there. So have a good morning /day/night wherever it may be. Stay safe out there because the world is a dangerous place. If you're in a city that is hosting the World Cup, please be safe because there's probably hectic as shit right now. If you want to check out more custom content such as my Aero and other stuff like that, I have so much stuff made. And Skelly's Jitter, or his who else did he make? Captain Britain, who I actually thought was actually pretty fucking fun. Please check out his stuff on our Discord. There will be a link for the Discord channel in the description of this video. If you want to check out more of my streams, you can check me out at twitch.tv/theactualjackson. And yeah, that'll be all. I forgot to record this stream, so I guess I'll be downloading it from Twitch. Hooray! Anyways, ciao.